All right, what's up, Mantrays? I'm Maximo Walters,
I'm Gavin Pascal.
and today we're going to be doing a podcast on how working out improves mental health.
Our special guests are Mr. Miller and Mia Winnick. So how are you doing today, Miller?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
How you doing, Mia?
Pretty good.
That's good. That's good. So we're going to start off with is just Miller, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Mr. Miller. I'm the PE teacher here at MIA. We offer health opportunities through physical education and weight training. I'm the athletic director, and I coach golf and track as well.
Sounds good. And Mia, what about you?
My name's Mia Winnick. I'm a senior at Mark Weiland Academy, and I don't know, I'm planning on going to college after I graduate, but that's about it.
So the main focus of this is obviously working out and how it improves your mental health. So all three of you guys consistently go to the gym. I don't go to the gym as much weight training wise, but I do physical activity a lot. I do lacrosse. I'm on a club team, and I do a lot of activities outdoors. So it's going to be a good podcast. So first off, let's start off with Miller. When did you start working out? Like, take us back a little bit.
As a youth, my dad would make my sister and I work out. Like, it was kind of a nightly routine to run 10 sets of stairs, so up and down the stairs 10 times, like before dinner or before bed. And then just like playing sports, 4-H programs, AYSO soccer. And then starting in like 7th grade, I started getting pretty excited about playing football and like would just walk from the middle school down to the high school and lift weights for an hour or two after class every day.
And what about you, Mia? When do you think you really started?
I've always kind of went to the gym when I was younger, but I never did it consistently to the point where, I saw any progress. But I want to say about a year ago, I was just in a really bad place mentally, and so then I luckily had my brother with me, and he brought me to the gym, showed me what to do, showed me how to eat and stuff like that. So I think about last year over the summer was when I really got into it.
What about you, Max? When did you really start getting into weight training?
I first got into weight training my freshman year of high school. I was originally trying to play soccer, but I was just not in the right shape, and it was not working. So my cousin Michael Lacava, he motivated me to go to the gym with him, and he trained me for a few months, and I realized that the gym is a great place for you mentally and physically. Once I started seeing progress, I was hooked, and I'm sure you guys all can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely working out is a great visual way to see progress, and I think that's very encouraging and helps a lot of people out. So Mia, you said that you were talking about you were in a bad place in life and with your body and image and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of girls go through that. So can you just talk about that and how working out's really helped you?
Yeah, of course. I had a really bad I had really bad body image issues. I was super skinny. I was maybe 110 pounds, which is, for me, I'm 5'5", so that's not normal. I would skip meals. I would take laxatives. I would look in the mirror, and I would just be so ashamed of myself for the way that I looked. I always thought that I was bigger just because, whatever, my body image issues weren't great. So then I was talking to my brother a little bit, and he's like, Mia, start coming to the gym with me, and I'll show you how to do stuff. I'll show you how to eat properly. He put me on a bulk, and even just the environment that you're in, people there are always so encouraging. They're like, yeah, you look great. You're doing so good. I noticed that, last week you only had the 10s in your hand, and now you have the 15s. I just want to let you know that that's so good. You're making really good progress. And so not only did other people help me out, but looking in the mirror, I was more I guess proud of myself in order to keep going and to notice a difference and to notice a change. And so I think that really helped with my body image issues, to know that it's okay to not look like everybody else, especially the girls on Instagram and all the models and the Victoria's Secret models, all the super skinny ones with whatever. But I think that it really helped with that image of you're you, and you can make the best version of yourself if you put in hard work and in your time.
I think that's very important for a lot of girls our age to hear in this generation. What about you, Mr. Miller? How has working out improved your mental health personally? Is there any stories or anything like that?
So I've been working out pretty consistently since like middle school. So it's really, I notice my mental health, like, and my self-image and all that start to deteriorate in the times where I've had lapses and I like quit working out. And then when you quit working out, it's easier to eat unhealthy and like just have bad habits overall. So staying on that wagon of like working out all the time, eating healthy, that's when I'm at my best. I know that for sure. And then like day to day, I'm a higher functioning person when I've been getting workouts in. So like I'm better at my job as an AD or a teacher when I've been working out, eating healthy, staying in that good habit. I know we're going to touch on dopamine and serotonins and stuff, but partaking in that daily physical activity just helps you be at your best.
Yeah, it's definitely something you gotta be consistent with, but it's important. Maximo, in life, like, how has it improved your mental health? I know I've known you for a while. I know you used to be a little more shy, and you've been more outgoing, a little more confident. So, how does that correlate to the gym?
I mean, I mean, first off, it definitely helps with producing dopamine, and dopamine's like a real like feel good chemical that your brain produces.
Do you want
Like,
to talk on the source?
yeah, of course. So according to paintedbrain.org, dopamine, also known as the feel good hormone, regulates feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reward. Repetitive activities such as exercise release dopamine and make us excited to do them. Higher dopamine levels result in better overall mood and higher attention. And I can like really relate to that. Like just going to the gym like every single day after school like really helps out. I mean, that's probably definitely why my confidence has gone up and overall just being outgoing. Though Gavin, you said you're not really into the gym, but you play lacrosse a lot.
Yeah,
Like, how do you
definitely.
think that has changed your life in any sort of way?
So I've always been the smaller kid usually. It's just always how it's
Right.
been. But I've never really just been able to just go lift weights. I don't know what about it, but it was never my thing. I respect it, and I go sometimes with my friends, but I've always just really wanted to go outdoors and just do something like play a sport, or like I've always been connected to like nature. Like I've always like wanted to go surf, go fish, go do all that kind of stuff. And lacrosse, I just found it my freshman year. I decided to play, and now it's a big part of my life. I play for a club team, and it's great to just be around all my friends. It's great to improve and be better, and obviously the better you are at the sport, the more fun you have. You're not that guy that making the mistakes. You're moving the ball around, and it's a great thing to be a part of. Sports are amazing. Working out's amazing. It's a great thing in life to have. So that's definitely true. Miller, what do you have to talk about on dopamine and all the science behind this?
So dopamine is like your body's natural feel-good chemical.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times kids have come into either Hope or weight training and like they're kind of complaining about it. They don't want to do the workout. They're not in a good mood. But you just force that kid to work out. And then 20 minutes later, like they're smiling, laughing, joking around with their friends. That's that release of dopamine kicking in. And now they're just in a much, much better mood than they came in. And then it talked about the repetitive habit building part of dopamine. So, like, once you get in a cycle of working out at this time every day, your body starts to expect it, and you don't have to self motivate to work out. It's not a grind anymore because your body's used to getting that dopamine rush at usually a similar time every day. So it's like something that you're excited to go do. You're looking forward to it. Like you can't wait to get into the weight room. And then your body gets that dopamine that it's been expecting. And it really helps you build like positive habits in your life.
Definitely. And I would say you mentioned there's no negative impacts of it besides not going. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, so your body's your home, right? You're going to live in your body for the rest of your life. So what's going to be the negative impact of taking care of yourself? When you're working out, it's much easier to eat healthy. It's kind of like a positive feedback loop between the two. If I got a really good lift in today, then I'm also motivated to go home and prepare a healthy dinner rather than just eating some junk out of a box. It improves your cognitive function, like your whole body's tied together. If you're lifting weights, your brain's going to be working better. It improves your sleep. So now you're like getting a good workout in, eating healthy food. You fall asleep easier. You sleep better throughout the night. So now you're waking up feeling well rested, ready to repeat the whole cycle. When you get out of those habits, maybe you're eating junk food. That can really mess with your sleep. Like Pepsi, who is also a snack food company, like they pay people buku bucks to figure out how to get you to eat more junk food so that Pepsi can sell more of it.
Yeah.
So now you're getting like kind of a weird, unnatural, like up and down cycle as you're trying to fall asleep. And maybe you're scrolling on your phone on TikTok till 1 a.m. Whereas, hey, you're laughing because you've done it before.
I just did it last night.
Yep. So if you're getting your dopamine through like healthy, natural habits, it's going to be easier to have like a functional day that is intended for your body.
Yeah, that's definitely important. Mia, do you have anything to talk about like being consistent with the gym and how it like negatively impacts your life when you're not going?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even right now, I haven't been to the gym in about a week just because my life has been so crazy with SATs and ACTs and my college apps, and it's insane. But I notice a difference in how I'm even interacting with people. I feel like I'm more on edge. Normally when I'm going to the gym consistently, I'm just a lot happier because I have that dopamine release. And now that I'm not going, I kind of have this like, kind of like this, I don't know how to explain it, more of like, now I don't even want to go kind of mood, which is something that I feel like actually a lot of people go through if they, are too caught up with life or with work or something, and then they don't go for a few days, and they're like, oh, well, what's the point now? And I feel like I've had a few friends who've had that before, who they've taken like 2 months off just because they took off 2 days because they just didn't feel like it. So I think something that's also really important with weightlifting and going to the gym is discipline. If you have motivation and stuff like that, then it's not, you can have motivation, but it's not going to be enough to go consistently and to go daily and to get in that good workout, even if it is for 20 minutes. Just get in something to make your body feel like you've done something. And so I feel like when you have that discipline, you're tired or you have a lot of homework to do tonight, but you still go to the gym and you still get that good workout in and whatever, and then at the end of the day you'll feel better, and then you'll be more motivated the next day and the next day and the next day to keep going and to go consistently. So I think the most important thing is about your discipline rather than your motivation.
Definitely. Miller had a good analogy with like keeping up with your math homework kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a whole bunch of homework and you're just kind of putting it off, it's kind of going to be like a gray cloud hanging over your head throughout the day. Whereas if you just sit down and get to it and you start checking off assignments that you've completed, you're going to feel a little bit better about it. Yeah. And then if you just continue keeping up with your homework as it comes along, spending an hour and a half a day catching up, staying on top of your math homework, you're going to be pretty good at math. You're going to feel better about yourself. When you haven't paid attention in class for 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to do it. It's going to be discouraging. Lifting weights, working out, exercising, it's the same thing. Like if you're in the routine of doing it, you're going to be confident going in there. You're going to be motivated to do it. If it's been a long while, then it's like, how do I feel about it?
Definitely true. Max, do you have anything to talk about like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually going to go on about how, like, you were saying earlier that you just, like, you feel, like, the need to just, like, be outside and, feel, like, grounded with nature.
Yeah.
Like, I can, like, definitely relate to that. Like, recently I kind of got into, like, skimboarding.
Yeah.
We've been a few times, but it's, like, I just feel like that can, just be, like, a workout for the day.
It definitely is.
It feels great just being out in the sun. Like, I can understand, like, the gym's, like, very, like, dark and, like, kind of gloomy. It's, like, yeah, it's not very, like, bright in there. There's, like, no, like, natural, like, light. So I can definitely understand being out in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, we've been skimboarding a couple times now.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
really fun. I just recently started getting in it too, but growing up, surfing has always been a big part of my life. My dad grew up doing it his whole life. He used to live in New Jersey, Point Pleasant Beach, and I've always just the ocean has been a big part of my family. It's always been important to us. We've always spent time around it, no matter what. And I think that also releases that same dopamine to me is just being around it. And skimboarding also. I mean, surfing is a sport. It definitely is underrated, honestly, very hard. And
Mhm.
skimboarding, I mean, you're full sprinting
Yeah.
at the beach and jumping on a wave. So I think it's also great to do physical activity outside, like lacrosse, like surfing, like skimboarding, like any of that stuff. It's great. Miller, do you have anything to talk about like outdoor activity?
Yeah, being in connection with nature is another thing that's like natural to your body. You feel
Yeah.
much better when you're partaking in that. We live in paradise, so why not take advantage of it? When I first moved down here, I was living with my grandmother trying to save on some rent money, and we were right on the beach. Like every night around sunset, I would walk from Tiger Tail down to the rocks at South Beach and back, and it's just like incredible. You're barefoot, grounding with nature, as we were talking about. You can think through things like stuff that were bugging you throughout the day. It kind of clears up, and like you help
Yeah.
resolve it in your head. And then maybe you just get like clear headspace for a while, and you're just walking and enjoying the sunset or checking out the lights on the beach or whatever. Um, it it's one of my like fondest memories of Marco Island is when I was in that habit of just going for my beach walk every night.
Yeah, it's definitely when you're just out there, it kind of just everything goes quiet and nothing really matters. You can just focus on yourself. You can just focus on what you're doing and enjoy the moment. But it does all tie back in because we were talking about diet. I think we should touch on that again. It's all natural. Like it's what your body needs. All these like preservatives and these foods that are dirty bulk, people say, you know, you go to McDonald's, get a couple burgers, Maximo. It's not the best for
Yeah.
you. So everything all natural is definitely important, and the gym and exercise is very important, and it all ties in. So let's talk about diet. Miller, how do you like do you meal prep? Like what do you do with your diet kind of?
I don't really meal prep. I'm not a picky eater, so I just keep things really simple. Like either get some chicken and just bake that and have like chicken and potatoes
Yeah.
4 nights in a row, or make eggs every night, like do omelets or bacon and eggs or something. But when you were talking about dirty bulk, it's not just the calories. Like it's all the preservatives and chemicals that like aren't really a flavor, but they make you taste things or think you're tasting something. So it's like not food, it's a food product that like sure it has some natural ingredients in there, but there's a whole bunch of added stuff that your body is not evolved or created to deal with. And so it's going to make you feel sluggish and like slow you down and maybe even have you be bloated, like because water will attract to those things trying to get them out. So when it comes to American health products, it's not just calories. It's like what else is in there that your body's not made to deal with.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm definitely true. I feel like at our age we can get away with dirty bulking a little more than an adult as well. That's definitely true. But Mia, what does your diet like look like? How do you like meal prep or anything?
I used to meal prep. Well, I would like to get back into it just because it's easier to have like lunch packed for school and stuff. I would normally do chicken and rice. I really like beef and rice recently. But honestly, any way for me to get my protein in and my just like my calorie intake in, with it of course being something that I made, something that I know what's in. Um, but honestly, I mean, like with what Mr. Miller was saying, that all these preservatives and stuff, I visited Italy over the summer, and I can tell you I ate pasta, pizza every single day, and I lost weight. So the food there is just so much cleaner compared to what we
Yeah.
have here. It's more natural and you feel good. So that's what I think is what I'm trying to replicate whenever I'm meal prepping, is something that doesn't have all these bad chemicals and something. I mean, how many times have you eaten like junk food or something and you've taken a nap after?
Yeah, always
That
feel
just
sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's in these like junk food and the just unhealthy American lifestyle food.
Max, what's your diet looking like?
I mean, I don't meal prep, but normally what I do is like I've been like recently I've had to like convince my mom to like, start buying like, more chicken, like grass-fed chicken. It's like I've had to like completely just like not change my diet, but like my entire family's. Like our family used to eat completely differently, so I've like affected my family's life too, but I mean, like, every now and then, like, I can definitely say, like, going to McDonald's, definitely seems like a lot easier to just, like, go grab, like, a crispy chicken sandwich or something like that. Because, it's like it's easy protein, and, protein, you need to help, like, rebuild your muscles after, like, a hard workout, but it's just not what, like, your body needs. Like you were saying before, it has, like, all those, like, nasty, like, chemicals in it, and like once you like consume them, it just like they stay in your body. It's like your body isn't meant to, what is it, digest it. Like everything ties in together.
All right, and before we leave, I want to ask Mr. Miller a quick question. What would you say to people that are listening right now that want to get into the gym but just don't, they're scared, or they're worried that it's going to make them bulkier, look whatever? What would you say to the people who want to go, or people that don't go but you think should go?
Give yourself easy wins. So, like, don't judge yourself for your workout too soon. Get outside in the sunshine and go for a 10-minute walk. Get off the couch, get out of the house, do something, and then just keep that habit up. I used to tell myself, like, on the days I don't feel like lifting weights, go lift for 20 minutes.
Yep.
If I'm still not feeling it, then I can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Almost never are you not feeling it after 20 minutes.
Exactly.
So don't, like, turn it into some big mountain you got to climb on day one. Just go, get after a little bit. If after a half an hour you want to leave and be done, that's absolutely fine. Just small steps towards building that habit, because that's how habits are built.
Yep.
Like, you're not going to be an expert on day one in anything. Just get out, give it an opportunity, and stay consistent with it. And after a couple months, I think you'll find that it's something that you will look forward to rather than something that, like, seems intimidating.
Definitely. Thank you, Miller. Thank you, Mia.
Of
Thank you,
course.
Max. It was a great podcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. See you guys.
See you guys.